Yo, what up, everybody? We're gonna try to finish this game, assuming it doesn't have a fifth case. I forget if it does, but we'll see. Yo, what up, Julian? Wait, you subbed to Larry? Oh, alright, alright. Of course Larry's cool. The fuck? I could've told you that. Hold up. Hold up. Gotta fucking dab. Dab on him. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. He was playing with SM the other day, and I subbed to tell SM I want my MM run back too. Yo, SM gonna beat your ass again! You know this! I don't use ass play friendlies! A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. Kinda hot. Me. Open the window here too, and turn on the fucking fan a little bit. I know that, but then it's like, at the same time, I feel like you should just ask to play them and get practice out of it instead of MMing, money matching them. But hey, you know, power to you. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough, people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is the most interesting. The judge is fucking acting like a freaking 5-year-old right now. A boy and his new toy, it's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead, carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? Okay. Oh, shoot. What do you need? And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you, that's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So I dropped my pizza delivery job for an overnight stalker job at Big Lots. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna say it. More than likely, you're probably not getting too many benefits from either job, unless like Big Lots specifically states in the contract or whatever and has verbally stated to you. By the way, verbal means nothing unless it's written, so just make sure it's written afterwards, that you get benefits. Then it might be worth it, but then, now, what is it, a part-time overnight stalker or full-time? And on top of that, it's like, can you handle the graveyard shift while still maintaining, I don't know, going to school or whatever else, right? And at the same time, like, do you feel like this is gonna be something that you want to stick to, as well as are they gonna keep you? Part-time, okay. Now, for your pizza delivery job, how long have you been there? And then how's your boss, management, and everything, and all that jazz? Is it normal, or do they kind of just go out of the way to take care of you, make sure like your needs are met when you need it, whatnot? If it is, I say stick with that, because realistically, overnight stalking jobs suck. Oh, 2 weeks. Getting new ownership in a week. Alright, so let me say this. Quitting a job in 2 weeks is after just starting, it's kind of awkward. Per se. But here's the other thing I was gonna suggest. If you're not doing much, and if both jobs are part-time, why not do both? It's more money for you that way. Just make sure you balance when you sleep and stuff. Okay, well, I mean, if you have a job lined up, it's up to you. Remember, you can also opt to not include the pizza job in your resume. It's just if they find out about it, which they shouldn't, realistically, like, unless they really dig deep, they, you know, I don't know how some people will take it sometimes. Most people don't care, but sometimes, you know, it's like, oh, why did you withhold information, blah, blah, blah. But you need something to do in the meantime while I wait for the gov to get all their stuff done with me. Oh. I mean, is the pay gonna be better at the overnight stalker job? And also, if you know you're gonna be, do you know how long this Northrop job is gonna take to line up for you? Because if it's gonna line up soon, there's no reason to jump to another job and only to quit it. Because remember, you also gotta consider the fact that now, Big Lots gotta train you. And I will say this, graveyard shifts suck, especially on stocking jobs. So like, I don't know. I feel like not leaving the pizza delivery job is a good idea right now, but if you kind of don't give a shit, go for it. Just realize that overnight stocking is probably not going to be any better than a pizza delivery job. So if anything, pizza delivery might be better because you get a little bit of peace and quiet as you're driving for delivery. And you may or may not make tips. I don't know. It varies, you know. It's like, if anything, the best thing is like, if you show you at least we're there for at least a month or so or more, it might be a better idea. But like, it also, like I said, it depends on the pay on each side. Like the tips make up a lot for sometimes. Like you obviously are not going to be getting any tips, and you're going to be dealing with much more stressful situation in overnight stocking. Wait, the pizza delivery is more money versus overnight stocking giving you more time in the day to do tournaments and stuff? You won't have more time to do tournaments. I'll say this because you're gonna be so tired. I've done graveyard, and I was helping my K's run tournaments or set up for tournaments back at Destination, and I would work graveyard on a Friday night, go home, shower, go to Desu, and not sleep until Monday morning because I was helping set up. And then I had to come back to a shop on Sunday too. So it's like you kind of gotta look at the pros and cons here. If you're a shift, you're giving up a lot of sleep if you're gonna also try to do tournaments, and you're gonna be very exhausted. So who knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. And like, if you're getting tips, I say like it's better money. Like unless like pizza delivery releases you, at which point it's like okay, you know. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are many people with the same bear in this country. But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same once it's been broken. Who else knows about this bear? That this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box. I never told anyone. As long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. Two of you, huh? Then of course, Mr. Angard Super kick party! Super kick all the way from work. Lol. But Orlin ain't here. I think this is all about all I'm going to get for now. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. The bear is actually a jewelry box. Oh, Julian, also this. I still highly say keep the pizza delivery job, like I said earlier, unless they release you. Simply because of the fact that it's during a day and night shift. You can also just adjust when you take shifts. You can tell them, hey, I need, to let them know, like, hey, I need like this day off for tournaments, and just so you can work these days. That way it's like easy, and then just keep Saturday free too if you want to go to big events. You won't get to go to Sunday, but it's better than nothing. And then like that's for Wednesday nights. It's like if you want to go down to WNF, you can. You're just sacrificing sleep for the next morning. Try to negotiate with the new boss. Like, well, I would say when you meet the new boss, right? Put a good impression on and see what happens. I'll give Orlin the carry later on, but right now back to JT. I got my big eat events day off already. Okay, bye. Wait. GT. What event? I don't know. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness. Uh-oh. Yes? You're the one who can open this. Please. Uh-oh. And later, Logio. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle. Click! I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. Oh no. I don't think we need to guess what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. The suicide note. The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. I already knew that when I saw the note. I was like, oh no. Remind me again, which A's have you played before? Or is this your first time? I've played every single one but 5 and 6. And I didn't play Miles Edgeworth Investigations 2 because that was Japanese only and I didn't download the translations for it or look at translations for it. Nor did I import the game, so I just didn't want to deal with that. And then I didn't play Daikakken Saibon 1 and 2. I own Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. I'm like on case 2 of Dual Destinies, but I need to restart because I don't remember anything from it. Like I bought them on launch and I never got too far in playing them because I was just doing other shit. No, this is not my first time. I've played it I played these games a bunch of times on the DS, like 1 to 3 especially. Apollo Justice as well. But I don't remember every detail. I remember like random things or like specific major details. And I've watched the anime already, all of it. Why, Randall? What's up? And Julian, what do you mean, who the fuck? Of course, that's just the one and only, the legendary Pesh Cats. Until now, no one knew about its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. The one and only. But there's like 5 Pesh Cats. Nope. There's like 1 Pesh Cat and the rest of them are frauds. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting. And she just has beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Oh boy! Order! Witnesses. Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I would look for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere, because it had already been taken by the killer. So this is game 2, last case? Yes. I don't believe we had a case 5 in game 2, so yes, this would be it. This is case 4, because it had already been taken by the killer. And by the way, this is like the last, I don't know, give or take, hour and a half of it, assuming how long it takes me to read most things. Everything's going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. Wait a minute. Okay, see, I understand Julian randomly popping in because he does that. But Randall popping in, this is a first. I think he's maybe popped in one other time at best. But for this year, this is a first. Saw a link on Twitter. Oh, okay. But my link is always on Twitter. I post it there all the time. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it for her sake. No, too bad. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. I thought you were gonna read it, you asshat! Very well. Randall, you know what's funny? As I was starting up stream and everything, I was also reading the card of the day for Alicization. Yo, I have to choose between some combos here for level 1 now. Or I could play both if I really wanted to be an asshat about it. The judge's voice rang loud and clear, though the deathly silent courtroom. It's supposed to be through, not though. This is like maybe the second or third grammar error I found in this game. In her notes, less impacts left to us, a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by a guard. Whoops. Skip that part. Rip. How she decided in her despair to end it all. Quick too fast. That's all Miss Impacts had to say. I like how you and Julian both chose today to pop up together, though. At separate times, but together nonetheless. There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Engard. Then, what our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. At the post-ceremony show, he's going to hold a press conference. My word! Matt and Guard values, above all else, is refreshing like a spring breeze image. Yikes. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Guard's fault that woman killed herself, and this time even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from feeling that. How terrible! What a selfish person. Nah, really? I guess there are slime ball lawyers out there who will defend this creep. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. the Killer's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note, and the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. Oh, shit. Eric, how am I supposed to escape from this one? You don't. Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet. So you know what you must do. Sensei, thanks for the bits. I know I have to carry on and buy him. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are 2 deadly pieces of evidence: the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry. Yell objection! The suicide note or the figurine. Which one of these should I pursue? Oh. Save here in case I. Whoops. Save the wrong slot. Let me save in the proper slot. I was doing trophy hunting on the other one. That's why there was a. Let's go suicide note first. Have a good stream. Alright, thanks, dude. Are you streaming later today? Please wait, Your Honor. Oh, no. Still going at it? It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that Matt and Guard killed in order to obtain this note. That is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I say Matt and Guard could not have known what was written on this note. Hold up, me shout out the boy, Sensei. He was playing DMC5 again. Ooh. This man's a variety streamer, plays the city with me every now and again, and some other friends of mine. Plays. Did he get Team Sonic Racing? I think he did. He was playing that for a little while. He plays Smash. Plays a variety of things. Sometimes plays Uno with us. And we go and make people salty about it. He's the man that likes to go whip a lot. So that's where I took that from. Whenever Francesco whips people. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. No shit, Judge. Kinda dumb sometimes. Exactly. But then a bit dyslexic right there for a bit. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in the right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Probably knew what it said. Order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The fence seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. I mean, it is right there. Matt and Guard and the victim thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim Juan Corrida was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt and Guard. Order! Ahem. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activity. Well, sort of? Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, well, have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt and Guard's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. and Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that! What? Hey. Now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that bad guy a killer? Was that guy the killer or whatever? I didn't read it. Phoenix. Yes, Chief. Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? Nope. I know it seems like Mr. Edwards is very close to putting a lid on this case, but In his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. What is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Well, double save time, because I don't know when I get to start the trophy run. Wait. Hold on, when do I go present for the specific trophy I need? Let's see. I believe that actually comes later. I need to see the good ending and bad ending. Oh, that's not it here. Okay, I'm good then. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Objection! Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. That is not your imagination, Your Honor. We are desperate, very desperate, because we need to stall for time. Otherwise, we're fucked. Mr. Edgeworth, this Hmm. Hmm.
Objection! Take that!
What the hell? Not either of those? What is it? Hmm. Hmm.
Objection!
And the other thing's this.
Take that!
This. Oh, I guess so. That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, so as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impact or not, has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Engard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Oh, he dares, alright.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking to the witness to the suicide note whatsoever.
Objection!
But it is fake, and the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt and Guard. I did no such thing.
Objection!
Right, if you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory.
Objection!
Miss Edgeworth, you are the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of the proof lies with you, the prosecution. You got him! That's enough. Miss Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? Here's as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that again we've reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting and analysis is my butt. That's the lawyer trying to buy more time. Oh, I fucking clicked over it. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty, 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 guilty. What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him? What's with the sign? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say because I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? Found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty! 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 You hear that? Falling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. Where has it come this far and... Oh. What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch!
Take that!
Mr. Edgeworth, please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session, B. I'm sorry, Your Honor, you were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but... I'm reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time, I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth, he knows. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, the court will now take a 30-minute recess, but be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Oh boy. Oh baby. Right, well, what's going on with my situation? The killer, it looks like he's got away again. 30 minutes, you can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things? And we used any of them as evidence? Ho, I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now. I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swept the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I say I'll be there in 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. Pulling out all the stops, running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Sorry that I'm late. No worries, dude. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop. What happened? It sounds like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? Odd. Oh, ode. What? That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. She's the only one. There's no material. Why are you bringing up Francesca at a time like this? Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francesca, will she even want to help us? Edgeworth, what is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. I don't know where he is. I don't either. Francesca's gotta find him. She's the only one that would help us anyway. Oh, I'm dumb. Check for trophies. Check for trophies. Just a bad ending. Can we... Cool, now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this, but however, why do you also seem distraught, Miss Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected had just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor, unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth! This note was not written by Miss Impact herself. It is a fake. Yikes. Can't believe how right we were, huh? Get it? How right we were? Alright, I'll shut up now. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? This was not written by Miss Impaxton, who wrote it. We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis, however. It appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Mr. Corrida? Well, it looks like Miss Impact never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engard. Leave? No, this is my stream. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engard could not have known that, and so that fact remained unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. The theory that Engard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little off with it. Isn't this? The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Engard to not have known that it was fake. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. We have, well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Yo, Thomas, thanks for the resub. Pichu got nerfed. Yeah, I saw. I'm still gonna play Pichu, even if for fun. Because I've always said, good or bad, I'm playing Pichu for fun. I did it in Melee, I'll do it here. 19 months though. Damn, thanks. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engard would have known that the victim had forged the note. Ah! Oof. So then the defendant knew the suicide note was fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. I was not expecting Pichu to be fun and top tier as fuck. Yeah, I know. I was expecting him to be kind of bad, but he ended up being really good. The Pichu nerfs, how drastic were they though? I saw that he got nerfed. I just didn't see the details of what exactly got nerfed. Did they make his hitbox bigger again, or like his hurtbox? I mean, exactly, Your Honor. Prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Enguarde's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared in thin air. I think Pichu overall will be overall fine. They extended his hurtbox to his ears too. Okay, that's fair. F tills later. Okay, that's also fair. Because if anything, like his hurtbox expanding to his ears mean that now his entire body is now able to have a hurtbox, which is as it should be, because the entire character model should contain a hurtbox. It takes a bit more damage for his electric moves. Alright, see, I don't agree with that. Only because he already dies early enough as it is. But I can also understand the point of it. But Your Honor, it's not as Mr. Enguarde monitored Mr. Kurita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Enguarde didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? If you show the camera, you'll know. Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it's you who has dug his own grave. As I figured, huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to all this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? They made his shield a bit bigger too. Okay. I guess that's also like to balance out the things he did get nerfed in. If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Enguarde's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Diddy got buffed quite a bit too. Cool. Are you telling me Diddy because I used to play Diddy and I still have touched Diddy in this game every now and again? He's still fun. I still definitely enjoy him. Just his recovery's a little ass compared to before. Well, I agree with you there, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. They buffed his recovery. Oh, you have my attention. Well, I love that. Oh well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering does not like him at all. When he charges barrels in the air, wait, vertically or horizontally? He moves down a lot slower. Oh, I like that. That'll make up for a lot. So you got reason to charge us up B now. Okay. Wait. Hold up. Time to let that game update then. There we go. Update started. Overall, more consistent with attacks connecting, jab, and his smash attacks. I'll have to mess with Diddy again, but then I don't know. I have to see even afterwards how I feel. I didn't necessarily feel like playing him in tournament. I felt like using him in fun only. But if I feel good enough with him, I might use him in tournament. Buff, not back on up smash. Jesus Christ, are you serious? Can you read the words out loud as the narration happens? I do read them out loud as the narration happens. Word Nerd HQ. I just paused for a second because the next day was telling me about some of the buffs to Diddy Kong and nerfs to Pichu in Smash Ultimate. Don't know how much the knockback is. Okay. Word Nerd HQ next to follow though. Unusual. Well, what sort of witness is this, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, this witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who is it that hired Shelly the killer to commit murder? That's impossible. No such person exists. Who can answer that question with such certainty? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? Oops, meant to follow. Hit wrong button. I mean, you did follow. What did you think you hit? It says follow right there. If you look at the bottom left corner. Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait a minute. Hold on there. Whoa. Wait. Shelly the Killer. You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here? To the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Very well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I lost it at that part. What, you mean the killer part? Or they're like, oh, it's very unusual? I wonder if it's really alright to do this. Were him showing up and shit? Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? It's gonna be a fucking radio, watch. Now then, witness. Your name and your occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelly the Killer. I am a professional assassin. I say, hey, what is going on here? Your Honor, how can you remain so calm, and what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now. It came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Word Nerd HQ, thank you for dropping by. How'd you stumble upon this stream? From someone's Discord, just looking at the Twitch list for Ace Attorney game streamers? Or what? Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. You're gonna deal with it. Judge, we need this time. You shut your mouth. Pie hole. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some proof, some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelly the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya, a voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the Killer. It looks like we have to run into yet another unexpected turn of events. See, this is like monkey fucking court right here. This would never fly. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many other choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing we would like to confirm before speaking of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Quan Corrida, is this correct? It is as you say, I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Cool. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, it's a bad dream. Nope, it's very real, Your Honor. Shell is the killer. What is he going to say? about my client. There is something I must first state. To be an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between the client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. Not clever, but honorable. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his client and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Very well, Mr. Wright. Are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. I'm just gonna press everything. You can hear anything you can say. You have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? Game 2, Thomas. I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go on. Well, it appears there's one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about my situation. Game 2, final case, by the way. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. Okay. 3 games in a trilogy, right? Yes. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright, Justice for All, and Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. 3 games. And that is why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. Like, couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough, please! No more! Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway. And that's the reason I'm here today on the witness stand. Very worth it in my opinion for 30 bucks. Basically, you're paying $10 a game. Granted, we only got it digital, not physically, but that seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of the prescribed role. The role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. This is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. The judge had better watch himself. And it's polished. Yes, it is definitely very polished. It's polished to the point where they actually changed, the text box look. It made it look smoother. They changed the layout instead of looking like how it did in the 3DS is a brand new one. And then the top bar right there is no longer green and it's blue instead. On the right corner. If you did side-by-side comparisons, or if you played both games, both variants, you would know. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. Alright, now you go maniacal. It's not so good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I noticed when I saw Phoenix Wright. I don't really care about all this extra fluff, just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little, it's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast. And closed. So you're gonna have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Hmm. Am I supposed to press further here? Let's press this again and see what happens. Press again. Trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. These are the roles and duties an assassin and his client are to carry out. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had broken the rules. The person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? It just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Now then, I do believe it's time for time I reveal the name of my client. Don't you agree? What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is Adrian Andrews. What? What? Oh, what? Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? Lies, indeed lies. This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt and Guard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. Urgh. You, Shelley the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt and Guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help secure his acquittal. Wow, all of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah, but we're not trying to win this, we're just stalling for time. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No! With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt and Guard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Beep. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. Well now, with the way this is going, Guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edward is right. The killer is lying. And then guard is my client. I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that a prosecution's own witness would have resolved the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. Upon his death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button donning the Ninko Samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impacts was a large part of your life. And you wanted to follow her, and you wanted to revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No, Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Help, please. Help me. Ugh. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Oh, we're about to save right here. Double save time, boys. From now on, it's double save because I need to know when I can load that ending. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? We're in the end game now. Are we now? Let me see the trophy spot. I'm on trueachievements.com. It's not this spot. I have to get to, for the bad and the good ending, I have to get to a part where I can present Shelley the Killer's profile. Phoenix, I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept I'm not guilty. You are a lawyer, I know. But Matt and Gardner's a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than Ingard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Ingard convicted so many times over and over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. Trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. Defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that one of those pieces arrive here in the very courtroom. A miracle will occur. Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please just establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Yep. Endgame, boys! And girls! Let me turn off my Switch real quick. And put it away. Had to update the Smash portion of it. Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more about... All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else would you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That's how things are usually done. What is he talking about, usually done? But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. Your legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? About my client, part 2. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Carrito was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. The act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now? However, this time everything has finally been revealed.
Objection!
Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this, do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes 2 of us. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes. How much is your fee? I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking of that. Mr. Wright. Yes. You want to kill me. You want me dead, don't you? What? Why would you think something like that? You're guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You are hereby declared guilty. Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Ah, yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I'm the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. Killer. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy? My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He's very devoted to his work. He's pretty devoted to his work. But to disregard everything to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight, that's something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. While pretending to be the first person to enter and deliver the block. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That's correct. Usually most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for an alibi too. No, I already told you, I have no intention of using your services ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Carrito was dead. Not Sensei streaming. The very beginning? That's correct. Before my client visited the room, all my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. Wonder if that's really true. That's odd. So, why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? That's true. I assume it's probably done to frame Mr. Engard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. My job is to kill, that is all. And to leave behind my business card, naturally. The business card is so my clients escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take their fall. That's all you have to testify? Yes. And I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again, as in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? I'm back. Had to change a diaper. Ah, okay. No. I'm fine, really. Are you really now? The judge thinks Phoenix Wright wants him dead. I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. Sure, however, you realize that would be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. The one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. Oops, I meant to fucking press R1. Oh, this card. So that no one has time to waste including the police. I was making a point to make things as easy as possible. I press this. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring to kill another, blah blah blah. Do I present this here? Do I present this there? Messages. represent the bear. You can present this camera there. Is where would the bear fit though? Open. Lid.
Objection!
Juice. Because Adrian was the only one to go in there, and she set down the juice. That would implicate her. Thank you so much for taking your time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Carita had been murdered. But how do you know that? This wine glass, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Carita had only fainted. Which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for him. But isn't that part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That's not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprint of that person. Had this been planned, they never would have left their fingerprints behind. See your point, Mr. Edgeworth. What is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the exact same thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not very important anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Carita's death. So, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know.
Objection!
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. Prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now I have to buy us more time. I'll wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I showed my memory and I believe that I've made no mistakes. There's mistakes there, I feel like. So you guys physically met your client, huh? That's correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building a trust, in my opinion. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Jesus. Yikes. Request taking. The request came to me a week ago, huh?
Hold it!
1 week ago, are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations. And I was then able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you'll keep that in mind. Welcome back, Theo. Please, stop. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. Specific date and time. Where'd you run off to, Theo? Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request, but as for why, I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figure in Quan Corita's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. You must be talking about this puzzle bear. Inside the figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He's planning to publicly disclose its contents at that press conference after all. That is correct. If I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where the bear figurine was. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, was that testimony important just now? It was important. Testimony just now has made one thing clear. That is, the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, really? Witness, please continue with your testimony. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was that brief pause? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail. Why is that? That's because I value the trust between the client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Told you fair. I know, but then I'm pressing everything just to be able to read it. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer had met his client before the murder. Then it is unlikely he's mistaken. So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews? I guess so. You see, it's just as I said. Gah, I'm so lost. What the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. Now then, will the witness please continue? The client was Adrian Andrews. That is correct. Well, he says the two of them met, but if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw a suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about delicate balance. Clear things, we knew the client knew the figurine. Oh, okay. That's the same shit. Nope. Clearly not it. Whew. Is it clearly not it? And what? Can't present anything else. Do you believe that your testimony up to this point has been reliable? Yeah, I already screwed up. I believe. Hold on, let me press this again. Okay. Hold on, it's sounding. Probably just my imagination. I need to find something definitive to catch this guy. Can you believe that your testimony up to this point has been reliable? Wait, fuck. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I've already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. That's when I thought I could trust this person as a client. It's true what they say about talking to face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was this... Yep. Your Honor believes this testimony was important. Huh, really? If that's the case, witness, please include the testimony a statement just now in your testimony. Very well. Found it. Adrian Andrews is a chick, not a guy, yo. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time. Yes, that is correct. That's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. Sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley's the killer? You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Well, why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up about her. So what is the issue? What did you just say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you she is a woman. Oh! Order in the court. Mr. Wright! What is the meaning of this? The witness testified to the following, that he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking the request, but he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. That means Mr. the killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Ugh. Yo, all that oil from the radio. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one has stated Adrian Andrews' gender. So he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What's going on? Charlie the Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, you've allowed me to testify once more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. And the whole truth, you lying sack of shit! Yes, I remember now. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Carita and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So you took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about a letter in his testimony earlier, which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing from across from me, no matter how strong a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. Uh-oh. I'm gonna keep saving every run just in case, because I need that damn trophy. But didn't you say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients whom a meeting is simply not possible. But then you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come on now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice isn't going to work on me. Alright then, just cough it up and confess. Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. Killer met his client? With his client? I have proof. Do I? No. Why would you not meet with certain clients? Recently, I've been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. On top of which, the times have changed. It's now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I've joined the times. Now, I take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail, do you have mail that in a special insulated envelope? I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email. Email. In the context of mimicry, the judge would beat up Harriet, hands down. Anyway, so you took this job with having met your client and...
Hold it!
2 or 3 other things? Yes, what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed the buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes, everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? That's... I smell a stench of a backstabber. You should turn out to be one. Wait. Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is it worth pursuing? Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. Bear figurine. Bear figurine. After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as killing the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Correa's suitcase. Now then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you said in your testimony. As you wish.
Objection!
Shelley the killer. If you have really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item? I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it for her sake. If, even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Order! Order! So that's where you two are going. So by the very fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means, Your Honor, that it was impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. You're cornered. You mean you're cornered? Oh no! Order! Order! Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, how I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's enough. If that is your intention, then there is only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
Hold it!
No, please. Not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end and I may stay my hand. Otherwise... Ugh. What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand what this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, my she'll... Prosecution, what has come over everyone, even you are... Prosecution rests. What is going on around here? Prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. The prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mrs. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. If I end the trial here right now, then your client, Matt Guard, will be declared innocent. In his place, Adrian Andrews will be charged with murder. Here we go! Here we go! Miss Andrews will be charged with murder. The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring defendant Matt Guard to the stand. The items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. Can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. Hold it! Oh. Now we're in the end game. Yep. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you're innocent. Ha! So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. Guard, what an atrocious lawyer I have, giving up on his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap, it's just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it. Pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? You better get Guard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. What if I say he's innocent? Then Miss Andrews will be charged with murder. Will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I makes someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Save it again. Because we're getting closer. Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. The person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews. Then your client, Mr. Matt Guard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this. I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt Guard, is... Let me see what happens if I pick guilty right here. On the trophy thing. Oh, it's not yet. Oh, we're getting there though. I want to see both sides. Let's go with guilty first. We're waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Guard, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Guard is whip. Objection! She made it. Now let's see what happens if we load it back and put not guilty. We were waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Guard, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Guard is whip. Objection. There she is again. Francesca von Karma. What are you doing here? Ow. You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them, the final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine and his injuries are minor. All the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for his ugliness, but there's nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Save again. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. The final evidence? The trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down a verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What?
Objection!
Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Kron be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Kron, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around like a miracle. I'm sure of it. This is all we can hope for. First item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform ballistic tests, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least with me. This is the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe. Yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of a memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francesca. It's probably not going to be very help us much. The second piece of this evidence is this videotape. Let me look at the trophy thing now. This is where I have to be careful now. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looked like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect him from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. His last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I am most certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform. What is it? There's a button missing on the uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is it, Your Honor? I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the killer's hideout would be very important clues. However... Okay, here we go. So I'm don't have to go through all that again. I'm saving it twice. Our question is not who did the killing, it is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. These 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Kron. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. The court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful, absolutely splendid. The judge is a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix, I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. They do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You come this far, you can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are two ways out of this situation for us. Two. The first, make Vanguard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict, huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Vanguard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true. That's asking for me to do the impossible. The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Vanguard. If the killer were to no longer think of Vanguard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Yeah, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown he's not accepting from Phoenix. Think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side? Wait, does she mean? You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, the prosecution, the judge, we have all seen the pieces of evidence. That is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all. That person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring in about the miracle in the end. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
Objection!
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. Cuckmaster 69! Yeah. Save again, just for safety's sake. Because, then you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. One chance. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible. Turn this situation in one try. Let me look at the trophy, the true achievements part. One try, that is all I will permit. I have to try to remember. Everything that has happened to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking Vanguard down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would like to show evidence to? I see. Now, tell us what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person to. We're going with the bad ending first. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't have anything to say to this. How about you, Miss Von Conn? Well, I was just shot, so I'm afraid I cannot allow the defense to continue. What? No one understands what you are talking about anymore. Wait, please, one more. That's enough, Mr. Wright. I will now state my verdict. This court finds the defendant Matt Vanguard not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. And just like that, the case came to an end. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. The killer is the man of his word. I heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trials a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. The miracle never happened. Maybe it was never meant to. Because miracle is something that doesn't exist. There's a bad ending. Pick the bad ending. We're gonna turn this around right here, right now. Let's go. See now. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think it has there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. It's the tape is the only important thing because he used the gun and he used the bellboy's outfit. The tape is the only thing he's trying to recover, so that obviously is important. Please bring your transmitter receiver from earlier. Alright, it looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, is she okay? She's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. Heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I have to. I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you're on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted a camera? Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. The judge was like, yes, sir. This is great. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Blackmail. Why did Matt and Guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did this is to get out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why the client would secretly film the crime scene day. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all, assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want it. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Charlie the Killer? Grrr. Oh ho! The radio breaks with this, great. The radio's angry, guys. Look out! It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use people around them, protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes, you told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. What if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. for the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity. I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright, yes. My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item, beep! Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I don't quite know what just happened. Whip! Ms. Von Karn, where did that... the face on it. She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Mr. Engard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you understand what I would mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. Plead guilty, right? I can get him. You know, I want to save. I want to read both sides. I actually want to read both sides. Let's put not guilty first. Congratulations, Mr. Engard, Matt Engard. Please make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left. Your Honor, as always, the defense pleads not guilty. Save. Yeah, I'm saving first, and then I'm gonna go and plead not guilty. Very well. This court finds the defendant Matt Engard. Hold it. Please wait. What's the matter? If I get not guilty, I'll be killed. I'm. No! Guilty. As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt Engard? I've left Miss Ankarma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whipped leather right now. Very good. Save there. Now I'm gonna load the other one and see the guilty side. And then I'll finish the not guilty side later. Matt Engard. Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think the guilty verdict's appropriate here. My one is all guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life will be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. No! No! Guilty! Oh. It just goes the same sentence. Okay. Then I guess we don't have to watch the rest of that part. Very good. This is a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to witness Sand during the trial, all I felt was despair. She was talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. Today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I was really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you very much, everyone. It looks like we resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. Hold on, I'm gonna leave you guys on the wide-eyed look real quick. I'm gonna use the restroom and come back and watch the ending. Alright, I'm back. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. The court is adjourned. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've gotten your not gotten your client off. You got them the guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. Realize now that there is something more than just getting not guilty, right? Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decisions you had to make. Wait, I wonder how they handled the ending. Because there's a part after the ending where we, in the DS version, we yelled into the mic. We don't have to do that here, I hope. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. Can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice or should I side with Maya's life? Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices, and then your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right! Edgeworth, I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody. Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Ah! Mystic Maya is safe! You did it, you really did it, Mr. Nick. Ow! She punches deceptively hard for a kid. Save before deciding. Deciding on what? You mean how the way it ends? There's a save for you. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her, Mr. Nick will save her. Wah! Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier, thanks. Wood. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Guilty or not guilty? Wait. You missed the best breakdown? Damn it. Wait. Word Nerd HQ, why are you... We already passed that part. We already passed the guilty or not guilty. We're done with that. Hold on. That appeared just now, though. Like, the guilty or say before deciding guilty or not guilty literally appeared just now. About a minute ago. That's why I was like, wait. The perfect win record has now been crushed, and yet you are still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She made it in time after all. I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. You know what it might have been? Yeah, like it probably lagged for you a bit. Sometimes the Twitch chat will do that. It's weird. I don't know why. For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. He used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well as you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. Well, what foolish nonsense. We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant, but every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. Well, what? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The one thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his set on victory, who ran away into the night. Ah, is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me, all those years ago. You betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool. Ms. Von Karma, I don't want to hear that wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You're no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Francesca threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Ah, isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick. Maya. Maya. Mystic Maya, Mystic Maya! She's crying again. She's crying again. She's happy, that's why. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck in this trial. You're really lucky you're standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Yes. Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. She's hungry. Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place, huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Grub, cow, I'm starved! I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least! Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! Yikes. He's about to spend a lot of money. He doesn't have his jacket on and he's bandaged up and shit. Hey, pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. What the fuck, dude? You hit a telephone pole. You didn't even get shot or anything. A telephone pole? And it wasn't a red light that got him? You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor, don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on. Tonight's all about eating, so let's go down, chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Ah, well, you know, it's ho-ho, ho-ho-ho-ho-ho, ho-ho-ho-ho-ho. Huh? Wait, that's odd. When I ran off with the things from Tequila's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Come on, y'all, it's over. But whoo boy, I tell ya, you really are something else. Been getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped. Never a dull moment with you, huh? Haha, you think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough. Yeah, so where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Ah. Sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, mister? What is that? This thing's picking something up. Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks, sir. I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. Can't believe she stuck this tracking device on me. That's odd. You know you're standing right here. Tracking device seems to be in a different location. Probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just want to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's something I can give him to express how I feel. What's this? Thanks to you. Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Nick. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly. I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? Oh no. You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway. So who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick. Huh? Yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill. Huh? Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, you see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be, anyhow, for $3,000. Huh? 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 Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? 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 Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? No, it's not. Stop putting things on his tab. Y'all gonna make this lawyer poor. He already pays bills and doesn't get enough cases. Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Aw. You don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. This is gonna be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I've heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright, then if you say so.
Objection!
Oh, they don't even make us yell it, they just put it in themselves. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I feel really like I've been living on edge lately. I've escaped theft 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. I'm so happy that you could have saved Mystic Maya. Awesome ending, indeed. I'm so happy for the 2 of you. Speaking of which, I think that this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the 2 of you, just in case. What the fuck? Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. That's great. Mr. Urgent had a long talk with the chief and got me reinstated. I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for all of society. I knew it. Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. No. I, Maggie Beard, am retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on, and bring smiles and joys to people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Hardy, ho ho ho. Recently, yes, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember, if I even laid as much as an eye on her, it would go crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped though. Yes, ho ho. Fucking Director Hardy. time for the world to be circus to begin. To let the world know we are serious, I plan on. Hey Max, what do you think of Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cakes and bunnies who can talk? What do you think Zimbabwe is like? I think if there are any talking bunnies, they won't laugh at Mo's jokes. Yikes. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. We gotta work our act out and prepare for Hollywood circus. Say something I was supposed. You're supposed to start this off. What's this strap? It's just an ordinary electric razor on its hand. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? Yep. It was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me the Queen Wendy and treat me like royalty. God. I'm not reading her shit. Appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. That's right, I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. It's become difficult lately. I will take a short leave of the business leave. If you want to request my services, please be sure to visit my home. Oh, Jesus. May we both be blessed with longevity. I didn't read all of that. Oh, here we go. International departures, gate 12. Where are you going, Francesca? How did you know I was here? What that's. I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I don't plant it there because he was always wearing it. This is filthy. Drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout. Oh sure, I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francesca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be the one that had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you're a prosecutor. You've always been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Mr. Wright gave me this to hold on. Right, you knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. You prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. Other people think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth. I always hated you. And then, finally, my chances to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, and this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics, isn't that right? Today, you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit, you walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways. Francesca von Karma. I'm Francesca von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. She was crying while yelling all that shit. It was great. You never did you see that. Phoenix Wright, one day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of it. This fourth piece. So I can give it to you when at last we meet again. I don't think she ever gives it to us. Because we never meet her again. Oh. That's where it went. Nick. Farewell, my turnabout. And then now, we have the 5 of trials and tribulations for completing the cases, as well as doing these and getting the latter ones, and then clearing all of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and get every trophy. We're gonna get it all here. Episode 2. It's episode 1. Wait, hold on. Actually, what was that one? I need to know what it was because I'm about to start it. Press Dahlia's claim that Fanny pushed him twice. Alright, with that, we're going to start Trials and Tribulations right now. We're not going to play through too far of it because I'm only going to stream for another, like, give or take, like half hour, 40 minutes-ish. Because I'm streaming until 10 p.m. PST. And tomorrow we will not be playing Trials and Tribulations at all because I will be playing the Grand Blue Fantasy versus beta. Turnabout memories, huh? Here we go. Game 3. Huff, huff. Alright. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's not your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. A young Phoenix, guys. Don't talk about her like that. It wasn't me. I didn't. I didn't do it. "5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial." Dude, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Ahem. Mr. Grossberg, good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're gonna get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Grr. Like, go of my apples. You obviously haven't gotten the temperament to be a lawyer. Alright, I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never fear. Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case. You suddenly said it, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? You've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see, the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Cough, sniffle. Good morning, everybody. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine. No problem. Cough. Achoo, achoo. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what the mask is for. My doctor says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. I promise you, if you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. No, please, let go of my shirt, cough. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then. Well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client and for myself. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. For the trial of Phoenix Wright. And look, a younger Mia. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Fucking Winston Payne with a mullet. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I understand. I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was supposed to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. But isn't that him standing right next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Just give him your toughest look. Yes, of course, Your Honor, I think. Hey, Dio, you there? There's some boobage for you from Mia. Right there. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Whoa. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Yeah, what up, J-Mac? Don't worry, little girl. It'll be all over soon. What was all that about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to receive a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, what we have next here is a photo of the crime scene. I think that's what it said. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Well. The court accepts this photo into record as evidence. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Hee. The reputation for Saga City is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. Got shot to death. What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question, huh? A simple question I thought I might loosen you up. I am a genteel man, if you will. What? What? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? Go on. The cause. Go on. Cause of death was fatal electric shock. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. Details of the case are filed in the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, court record. I think I can see a button by pressing the R1 button. All the weapons that we need can be found in court. Take a hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed the R1 button here. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? The murderer used some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. Before that, there's one more vital issue. What is that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Rookie killer? You mean he's the guy who gets killed by rookies, right? Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. We'll need to get all worked up. As I said, all evidence are found in the court record. Find the evidence you need, then shove it in old Greybeard's face. Yes, Your Honor, into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Goldsberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with R1 button. Be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? The reason for the bad blood between them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant Phoenix Wright. Well, until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story. Or in this play, yes. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, I guess I'm a suspect. Right now I'm no suspect. No. He means what you did did you do before you were arrested? Oh, achoo. I was a university student. Mr. Wright. You understand that? But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. Oh, I skipped that part. Whatever. I'm telling you, I was... What? Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his fault to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well, then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. I might admit I was there, but I'm not the killer. All I did was find his body. I already knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Oh, God. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Phew, it looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know, too naive, huh? And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called the cross-examination. He's right. It's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he's your client, in court all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duties, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying the testimony just now that there was a lie, a contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination please, if you may, please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Totally would. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. That place was where something happened anyway. Something? You can't... Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing during the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know this victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct, they were witnesses. Witnesses saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? You stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I need to read the prize skip. Something. You can't hide what happened with photographic evidence. So you didn't even know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no, so which is it? Do you know him or not? That's true. Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me, why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Oh yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. That's all I knew about him. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... Because that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Achoo. Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He's always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean? Yes, that's right. I saw it at this crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow? Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. You mean like the Stars and Stripes. As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? There's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg, please quickly now, show that boy you mean business, with evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage this on your own? From this point? One year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it, I can handle myself. Doesn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time, from the very beginning of this testimony. There was no Union Jack there. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take a look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please, forgive me. Ah! Crying, Jesus. Mia, you made our client cry. Let him. That pee on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. Can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Ugh. Uh-oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? I took some, but was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Hee. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Yep. Mr. Wright, should I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What is this? In the victim's hand. It's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but that won't work. The argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's prints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine and dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Mr. Phoenix Wright. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well, the court will accept them into the record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? It's really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor hemorrhoids. Truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, no, don't tell any more lies. Truth is, because he called me, huh? Have you ever met the victim before then? No, never, but... Stop at 3:05. That day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. This Dolly person is my, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. What was that for, Mia? Oh, sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dolly Hawthorne was also the lover of murder victim Doug Swallow. Before she met Miss Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, right? Correct? Yeah. He was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IBU. An alchemist, I see. I've got to admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Ho, how fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What did he do? Maybe ask him for more details? So you're absolutely certain you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah. Those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. That was 3 p.m. Witness, let's go on with your testimony. So, what was it you were talking about? You know, as you coughed, that maybe we should hang out sometime. Again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So you say you went back. Yeah, that's when I found the body. But why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. And why, Mr. Wright, why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one's buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense not always come. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after the meals. So I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, What did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are always the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Alright, this ain't tricks. Ouch, why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. You're jelly. Because you're young and you don't have anyone. Oh, let me throw out this piece of hair. I don't know. Can't seem to find any contradictions. That boy isn't exactly what I'd call a natural born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense. I know, but what can I do? Well, I'm certain he must be hiding something. Information. Right now is information we need more than anything else. What up, Nox? You're playing as Mia. Yeah, we get to play as Mia in this game for a little bit. What? How didn't that work? Ew, 5's not stuff. Wait, what did Phoenix do? Okay. He's accused of murdering this guy. Rather, he specifically pushed him into those wires and got him electrocuted. Is what he's being accused of. He's being accused of causing the electrocution. Any more information? Hang out again. Wish that were true. Let's see if that works. That won't work either. What is up with Phoenix? He looks very weird. That's because this is 5 years ago. This was younger Phoenix. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Okay, sure. A little bit earlier you said in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right. They sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electric poles set up all around the building. High voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Younger Phoenix, yup. I think that's enough for now. Hold up, let me load back and you press that statement again so I have the full bar. Forgot I didn't ask about this earlier. The defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death, and then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. That's not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? Hehehehe. I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there's one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet. Well, that is... You're correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I can still come out of this mess smelling like rose. Yep, a younger Winston Payne. He has a fucking bullet and everything. I do have one idea, but it would be impossible to prove it. Yeah, my dear, if you have any ideas, now is the time to present them. Mr. Grossberg, remember, science is not golden in court anyways. Science is not golden. Well, in that case, huh? Your Honor, I believe that if we were going to piece together everything we've heard up until now, then we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive indeed. Quite the rash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of court, yes? Attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Now then, Mr. A, let me see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there's absolutely nothing even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly is the murder weapon in the photo? Well, naturally, it's right here. What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines that pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage, and because of that, there are special high voltage cables sprung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable, yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That's the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say to this? Well, I do believe some phrases in order. Don't toy with me, Payne. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. That much is certainly true. Yes, then that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints that were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. As you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... It was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder. He squarely pushed the victim towards a severed cable. Order. That's enough. I think we conclude that there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg. My hemorrhoids never lied. The show's over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at this time I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something to further add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. We already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Cough. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no further need. Cough. I did it. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. I pushed him. That girl, you shouldn't see her. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Even the prosecution's sweating. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was murder for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. But please give me one more chance to explain. This time, I swear, I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe he really did push the victim. It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. The guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried, so I went back, but he was just lying there dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Wall flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Let's see how long this case was supposed to be. It's gonna be a while. Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he's innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. Alright, I'm gonna save right here and end it because I need to make dinner and stuff. I will get back to streaming tomorrow, but it won't be this. I'll be streaming Grand Blue Fantasy Versus as far as they don't say we can't. we better run. I'm gonna raid Naruto Yakimachi. She's streaming Kingdom Hearts 3 again. I guess she's doing the critical mode. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow, like I said, with Grand Blue Fantasy versus Closed Beta. I'm gonna be hopefully playing that the entirety of the stream tomorrow night, from start to finish, at least from 6 to 10. But maybe I'll even go to 11, depending on who I play with. Because the entirety of the duration of the closed beta is from 6 to 11 p.m. PST. But until then, please drop by Naru and lurk her or watch her. Even say I follow her or whatever. She's a variety streamer on Playmates with me. Anyways, goodbye, good night, back.